Over again.
Evening, everybody.
Hello.
How the hell are you? I hope you're all good. Sorry, we're open 5 minutes early tonight. Don't tell the local constabulary. Yeah, so see you all waiting.
Hi,
so they're like, yay!
Hi, Graf, Fog, Angels with Angels with Dirty Faces, Island Jason, Jess, and Lee Michelle.
Hi to
How's
everybody.
your face, Lee Michelle? Is your swelling gone down, my love?
Hopefully you're all feeling good. Owen,
Hi,
how you doing, mate? Jess, yeah, not too bad this week. I'm on the cider again, so I'm on the Thatcher's Juicy Apple.
Hi, John.
Because I'm trying to inspire Sticks,
I'm
Juicy Apples.
Coke, and I don't really like it, but it was cold and it's in the fridge, so. Hi, Max.
Kaz can't have alcohol at the moment, so, you know, I'm
will you pack it in?
Been a bit mean, really, aren't I, drinking the cider with poor Kaz is sat there and she can't have it.
Oh, Willow, come on in. You say hello? You say hello?
Oh, that's good. That's refreshing. Come on in, pub dog. Come on. Up you go. I'll catch you. Don't
He's been a pain. He's sitting there going like that underneath the table. Willow, who's that?
It's the pub dog. It's your fans. It's your audience. Yeah, they're all out there for you, mate. They're all out there for you. Yeah,
little stunker.
Right, so how you all doing, everybody? Hope you're all good. Hope you're all sitting comfortably. Hope you're all braced yourself.
You see me wrapping the packet. It's not me eating. It's just to keep him stop tapping at us.
I have been working hard this week, both at work and at home. I've started working on my book, so I know a lot of you have been saying...
John's got 12 inches of snow. It's minus 21 in the wind there.
Oh, you lucky bastard. Excuse my language.
We just had wet. It's been raining and raining and raining and raining.
So, yeah, we're getting into it. Nicky's working on the book.
Yep. Hi, World Survivalist.
Which is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, because I thought it'd just be transfer my notes onward, which is fine till you get to the page that says highlighting, then demonstrate. You know, like, how do I demonstrate?
Not in here, he won't.
But I thought I would start tonight by reading to you my introduction, basically.
You're going to wait for a few more in? Or just...
Oh, I can wait for a few more in, yeah.
Yeah, so otherwise you're going to start it and...
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so what's the weather like where you are? We know John is in severe blizzard conditions. Excuse the Wookiee. He's getting the grump on.
I was looking forward to buying it.
Lee Michelle, it's raining cats and dogs. Prodding a poodle earlier. Hey!
You're lucky it was a Shih Tzu. Hi, Teresa.
Oh, World Survivalist is. Say right in the book. I've had my training manual that I've used for many years in instructing, which is basically a series of self-written notes. Really, pro forma's just to remind me when I'm halfway through teaching what I'm supposed to be moving on to and how to link things in and that. And people have seen it, liked it, and all the rest of it. I'm not an author. I'm semi-literate. I actually left school with a very substandard education, apart from the farm. I could operate every piece of machinery. I could carve a lamb. I could bring into the world a lamb. I could carve a cow. You know, you've
brought horses into farms.
Yeah, all those sorts of things. I could build you a barn, erect you a fence, drive a tractor, plough a field, drill a field. I could even spray a field long before I ever left school. But when it came to things like reading and writing, they weren't high on my list. So I've struggled a bit through life, but I found the easiest way to deal with it is just honesty. You know?
Yeah, Teresa, it's been wet here as well.
Yeah, I grew up. I've got a substandard education when it comes to reading and writing. However, I do consider myself a reasonably learned man because I learned to read and enjoy reading, and it's never stopped me. I am a reader. I love to learn, whether it's history, science, technology, myth, legend, all that sort of thing. I am fascinated with and I have an inquiring mind. the ability to take it from there into that, yeah, I still sit there and recite poems and rhymes to myself, I before E, except after C, and so forth, because it just helps me to keep it in a legible manner. But one of the beauties of computers is I can do text to type.
We've got 16 in the room now, so you can do it now.
Which has given me a bit of a bonus and a bit of a boost. So I've been using the text to type to transfer what I know across. So this is part of the introduction. There are several pages in the beginning giving the ideas, the ethos, the theories. This is my introduction as it stands. It's entitled Modern Survival, Blending Ancient Wisdom with Modern Madness. Welcome everyone. Today, I know I've done it as a talk. So welcome everyone. Today's talk is about survival. Not just the kind where you're lost in the woods with a soggy map and questionable sandwich, but the kind that keeps us thriving in a world that's half Wi-Fi, half wilderness. Whether it's surviving a power cut, camping trip, that family holiday, the principles are surprisingly similar. Stay calm, stay prepared, and don't forget the snacks. Okay? The modern survivalist. Modern survival isn't just about rubbing sticks together or building a shelter out of moss and optimism. It's about balance. It's using the best of ancient knowledge and modern technology. Sure, a GPS is great, but it's not much use when the battery dies faster than your enthusiasm on a Monday morning. But when knowing how to read the land and the sky, and trusting your own instincts, that's what really matters. When it comes to gear, gear is an obsession. Let's be honest, we all love our gear. There's something magical about shiny new kit. But remember, the best survival tool is the one between your ears. A 300-pound knife won't help you if you don't know which end to hold. But yes, the titanium sport might look impressive, but it won't make your instant noodles taste any better, will it? Okay. Ancient skills. Our ancestors didn't have Gore-Tex, solar chargers, or YouTube tutorials. They had knowledge, and probably a lot of blisters alongside it. Firelighting, tracking, foraging, shelter building weren't hobbies, they were just Tuesday morning. Okay. These skills connected us with the land and remind us that we survived, and that survival isn't about gadgets, it's about understanding nature and working with it, not against it. Let's face it, there's something deeply satisfying about lighting a fire with flint and steel. It's like saying, take that modern world, up yours, right? And then you realise you've just set your sleeve on fire. The mindset of survival. Survival starts in the mind. Panic is one of the real killers. Not the cold, not the hunger, and not even the midges, although sometimes it comes close. Staying calm, thinking clearly, and adapting to the situation are what make the difference. It's not about being fearless, it's about being prepared enough to face fear with a grin and a plan. Good mindset helps in everyday life. You lost your keys? Well, that's just an urban navigation exercise. Having a power cut? It's a candlelit dinner. Burnt the dinner? Well, there's an opportunity to go foraging, isn't there? Modern tools can make life easier. If used wisely, GPS, water filters, solar panels, emergency beacons, they're all fantastic and brilliant. But they should complement, not replace traditional skills. Think of them as the icing upon the cake, or, if you want, the tape on the duct tape on the top. Okay. So I break this down into several little bits and pieces to help me. Some things that you need to start looking at, or you might want to start looking at, is navigation. Remember, GPS is great, but always carry a map and compass. They don't weigh a lot. They're always helpful. They don't have batteries. They won't let you down. Okay. And if you practice with them, you'll get on fine. A GPS, if it goes wrong, well, you're just carrying fancy paper and a spinning magnet. Fire, lighters and ferro rods are handy, but knowing how to find dry tinder in the rain is priceless. Okay. And I'll give you bonus points if you can do it without swearing. Shelter. Modern tents are amazing, but knowing how to build a debris shelter could save your life, or at least when that wind's come, as it has done with me, and remove my tent, you're suddenly left for that situation where you got to come up with another answer. Okay, so again, that practice, that being out in the woods and just having a play and building a debris shelter, to others might look a bit daft, but could save your life. And remember this: community. It's one of the reasons I built this, or I'm trying to build this. Survival isn't a solo sport. Humans are social creatures. We survive better together, whether it's sharing knowledge, splitting firewood, or arguing over who forgot the coffee. Teamwork is key. A good group can turn a disaster into an adventure and a challenge into a story worth telling. And remember, laughter is one of the best survival tools in your book. It keeps spirits high, bonds strong, and mosquitoes very confused. The blend of old and new. The real magic happens when ancient skills meet modern tools. Flint and steel with a modern tinder pouch, a hand-built shelter with a lightweight tarp, a traditional mindset with a smartphone weather app. It's not about choosing one over the other. It's about blending both to create resilience, adaptability, and confidence. My closing thoughts before you get into my book are this. Survival isn't just about staying alive. It's about living well. Learning constantly, respecting the world around us. The old ways teach us humility and connection. The new ways offer us convenience and innovation. Together they remind us that survival is not just a skill, it's a way of thinking, a way of living, and sometimes a way of laughing at ourselves when things go sideways. So whether you're lighting a fire in the woods, trying to survive in a supermarket queue, remember, stay calm, stay curious, never underestimate the power of a good cup of tea. And if all else fails, blame the map. There you go. That's my introduction so far.
It's pretty good. It was been reading it to me today, and yeah, I liked it. It's not really.
I hope that made some of you smile. It's very hard trying to inject a bit of humour into something like that.
Well, Survivalist says he's spot on. There's not a lot of straight thinking practical survivors left, and there's quite a few people that say they want it.
Well, this is the thing, and it is the beauty of it, isn't it? It's we have so much today that our ancestors would have been amazed at and thought probably were witchcraft and magic.
Kansas even got some of her.
Woohoo! Yeah, and use them. It's like me, semi-illiterate. I discovered this week voice to type. It's helped me so much. Something that would have taken me weeks to actually muddle through.
Hi, Steve.
Done in 4 or 5 hours, you know. And I've got to admit, being a bit of a thickie,
I did
write it out in my literate writing first of all, so I had the notes in front of me, then read it out to text to type. And text to type did throw up 1 or 2 question marks, but there we go.
Yeah, right. Well, as far as so much knowledge has been lost, and if it's not taught or passed on or spoken about, it more will get lost, and then you get less in your little picnic basket of goodies, you know.
Well, that was it. I mean, today I was trying to figure out what I was going to cover tonight. One of the things I watched a YouTube video, and somebody was talking about the English firewood poem. Now, I've heard many different versions of it over the years, and there are many, many versions of it. So I went back and I looked for the oldest recorded version of the firewood poem. And for those who don't know, the firewood poem is pretty much your guide to what wood to burn. Okay. And I managed to trace it right back to a Saxon writing. Okay. So I've got it here in Old English or Old Saxon English, and I've got the modern English translation. The modern English translation probably doesn't do it the justice that it would have done at one time. But the translation is simply this: better be birch and better be beech, better be ash and better be hedge, better be hornbeam and better be thorn, better be elm, better be the same. Better be wood and better be wort, better be field and better be firs. Now, these are all referring to types of wood. So for them, all right, starting with birch, you look at it in reverse order. So the Saxons thought birch was better than beech, and so on. But the interesting one that's not in there is obviously oak.
Mm.
All right. So,
is that a building? Because it was building more than.
Well, I went back through Anglo-Saxon law.
So there, answer your question, but rebooted. That's Anglo-Saxon.
Anglo-Saxon. So I went back through Anglo-Saxon law, a bit of mythology in that. So the poem is a simple yet informative guide to the best types of wood for burning, but it emphasises certain woods are better than others. Okay, likely in terms of heat output and ease of burning.
But
the quality, probably, yeah, and the embers they produce, right? So let's break down each type of wood that they mentioned. Okay, so birch burns easily, even when green, with a bright flame, good heat. The bark also excellent for kindling. Well, we all know that as good survivalists. Beech is considered one of the best firewoods, providing high heat, burning cleanly. Ash, often called the royal wood, burns well, even with green, produces a steady flame and a good steady heat. Hedge likely refers to various types of hedgerow wood, such as hazel, okay, which
Hi, Dumpster. Welcome.
Which would have been readily available, especially to the poor man. Hornbeam is a very dense wood that burns slowly and produces intense heat. Thorn, another dense wood similar to hornbeam, known for its high heat output. Elm can
Thank you, Dumpster. We appreciate that.
Yeah. Elm can be difficult to split, but provides a long-lasting fire. Wood and wart, general references for any other useful burning plant. Field or furze. Furze is gorse. It burns very hot very quickly. Useful starting fires, but not sustaining heat. Now, burning specific woods in here. Some woods are not really mentioned in great detail. So the oak was revered as a sacred tree at this time. Burning the oak was often associated with strength, protection, good fortune. However, in many areas, burning oak was considered unlucky due to its association with lightning strikes. Hawthorn has always been a religious or held in religious significance by all peoples. And so burning hawthorn was widely considered very unlucky, as it was believed the tree was the home to the fairies.
That's what Jess was saying.
Would invite misfortune. Elder, like hawthorn, elder is often associated with fairies and witchcraft, and burning elder was thought to bring bad luck or illness. There we go. So it's quite interesting how the oak was protected because it was considered a lightning tree and a sacred tree. It's interesting how our ancestors looked at it. You've got to remember as well, for our ancestors, it wasn't just about, like we do, being up the woods, lighting a fire, slapping a bit of wood on it and hoping it will stay in for the next 3 hours. For a lot of them, it was things like charcoaling. So building charcoal kilns, living in the woods, producing the charcoal for everything from the forge and furnace to heating the home, because it produces that lovely warm heat ember. It's controllable. So there was many other things came into it, and this law was given to us. It was passed the good English word. It was passed down to us by our ancestors, right back as far as the Anglo-Saxons. Somebody thought this must be remembered and wrote it down, maybe just to pass it on to their children and their grandchildren. Maybe that guy was sat there at the time with some form of tablet in front of him, be it a leftover Roman wax tablet, and he'd learned to write, and he thought, I must make sure my children and my grandchildren know this to pass it on. Interesting connection to YouTube and the modern world, isn't it? What we're all doing. We're trying to further that knowledge, keep it alive, pass it on, make sure the next generation's got it in their toolbox and the generation after it. And there are many, many examples of lore that been passed down over the centuries, whether it be herbal medicine, which Kaz is going to give you a little bit in a bit.
Hi, Mike from Minsk. Poor Dumpster. He got mauled by an English mastiff in the groin. He said got 10 stitches between his knee and his hip.
Oh man.
He said didn't even bark at him.
That's all right. Yeah, I understand it might be a bit nervous and sort of lifted slightly, but God.
But welcome, Mike from Minsk.
Yeah.
Oh,
I hope you're all right, mate, and I hope you get well soon. That is.
Think of a dog bites, isn't it? I mean, they're not as bad as cat bites, but because of the infections that cats carry. But
still a worry.
Yeah,
still
it is.
A big concern.
Yeah. I will act like these bites for starting fires. The oil in it lights fire. It does, isn't it? It's fantastic.
Birch is one of my favourite go-tos. I mean, all this lore has been passed down to us by our ancestors. It's all out there for us to look up and find. I tried to find some stuff on tools, equipment. There is so much, it can lead you in so many tangents. I was like, blimey, one night I couldn't cover it all. But here we go.
No, Bill, I don't think you use oak trees with yellow ribbons anymore. They use Snapchat.
Yeah, Snapchat these days. Axe in myth and ritual. The axe is a symbol of power and authority, always seen as a symbol of power and authority. It features prominently in numerous European myths. Its sharp blade will represent both destruction and creation, a duality often reflected in the stories surrounding it. In Norse mythology, the axe is associated with the gods of thunder and storms, while Thor is more famously known for wielding his hammer, Mjolnir. Axes are commonly depicted in connection with him. They were also used in many rituals.
You're missing quite a lot of the
to invoke his protection. Yeah. Sorry, I'm missing bits of the chat.
Yeah, lots of chat.
Yeah. Got your mid stride.
I just thought if you tell it, or they might have nothing to to surprise him with.
Yeah. So, dumpster. I've got to ask you this: how's the dog? Dealt with, I hope. It's. I'm afraid I'm a bit firm that way. I'm old farming stock. If the dog turns, you know what's going to happen. Yeah.
I've been bitten by a monkey. Little monkey. I put my finger in a cage when I was a kid. Got bitten on the finger by a monkey.
I'm not allowed to tell stories about monkeys.
I've never been bitten by ferrets. I've had lots of ferrets, but I've never been bitten by one.
They're powerful animals.
Yeah.
You know, it's the thing is with the dog as well. When it bites down, they don't just bite down and clamp. They tend to bite down and they shake. And if you've got a powerful dog, that can be really, really damaging. They do tend to take lumps out. Oh, rabies shots.
Oh, nice. Oh. Yeah, it's put down. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a sad thing, but if a dog's going to bite somebody and it's prone to biting, then you know.
No, I think
I'm not saying anything nasty here, but I'm glad it was you. I'm not a child.
A child and elderly person wouldn't. We've had quite a lot of just recently people, but young babies even getting attacked by dogs.
And I'm not going to get into breed specific here because it can be any breed.
Yeah, it is, exactly.
Whether it be my Jack Russell, my Shih Tzu, Labrador, whatever, I've always got a weather eye on them. Yeah.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Blimey, Jess. Yeah, been bitten by a human. That's not good. Jason, just throwing from some bow drill practice. How's your bow drill practice going lately? Mine? I'm done.
It's not happening.
It's not happening. You boys can keep your bow drill.
Yeah.
I've got other methods that I like to use, but again, it's also site specific, isn't it? And the skills you're going to develop and use. Like I say, I've done bow drill. I've practiced bow drill. I've got a video on bow drill and that. Do I like it? No, I'll get into the specifics of why I don't like it, really. It's not that it's a bad technique, it's a good technique, but I'm 60 years old, right? Getting down into a good position to do bow drill,
hi, Natty,
right, is okay. I can get down there. Maintaining my balance and getting up. That's the one that can be a bit of a swine. So yeah.
You've been bitten. I was pregnant with our son, and a friend had a Rottweiler, and unfortunately, she was really short-sighted, and for some reason, they lifted the old dog over a wall, and it made the Rottweiler jealous. And it charged, and it went for me, didn't it?
Yeah.
And he got in the way, and it bit him through that bit. Yeah.
That happens. Fungi firelighting at the moment. Yeah. Or fungi firelighting.
I see those poor little mushrooms running for their life, and Jess flying behind them with a ferro rod.
No, she's been rubbing them against sticks. Yeah, that's probably worse for them. Yeah. Dumpster one round. Yeah. It'll work. Done the job. Cheers, Kitten. Thank you very much, mate. So a little bit more about axes, and I'll bimble through these bits and pieces tonight just to see there. And this isn't part of the book. This is just something I come up with today that I found quite interesting. And the reason talking about axes and tools isn't a pointer towards Life a Hobby, but Life's a Hobby's got a very good video, which is a great demonstration of what can happen. And as a cautionary warning to people, well worth a look. Dive over to his channel, give it a look, and give the guy some support.
You had to get in there, didn't you, Jason?
Yeah.
Accident.
Yeah. The double-headed axe, or labrys, was held as significant religious importance by the Minoan civilization of Crete, and was wielded by priestesses and symbolised female power. Depictions of the labrys have been found across the island, often in the sanctuaries and palaces. There, for those ladies out there, right? So there you go. When you're choosing an axe, maybe a labrys, maybe a double-headed axe for you girls. Now I like a double-headed axe because you can have a fine side and you can have a coarse side, i.e. one side's designed to split, wedge things open. The other side can be a bit finer for those finer tasks. So, again, great tools, but they're all the way through history. They've been used, and tools are always held in reverence. You go back far enough when iron was so rare and so important, the smiths that created the tools were almost considered deities and priests and magicians. That to actually own and get one of the tools, well, it'll be passed on for generations, considered a sacred tool almost, treasured and looked after. Okay. So, as my mate Lee Michel's just said there, right tool, right job. Exactly that. Knives, craft, protection and superstition. Knives are more personal than axes and are often imbued with protective qualities. Many cultures believe that a knife placed under a baby's pillow would ward off evil spirits. Would if he was good with it. It would also safeguard them from being switched by a changeling or with a changeling. In some rural communities, knives were believed to possess the power to sever curses or break spells. Farmers would sometimes stick a knife into a field, believing it to be infertile due to witchcraft, hoping to restore its productivity. Fishermen have always carried knives with them for protection when out at sea. Furthermore, knives are important tools for teaching young apprentices. Many ancient craft guilds often had oaths and traditions surrounding the use and care of knives, which promoted both skill and safety when using. So, yeah, that bit of metal. Again, when you think about it, we use it all the time in what we do. But when we look back to maybe a period of more superstition and how, again, same as that, how hard it was to get, to have, to pass on, how important it would have been for the individual. We're also going to need a big hammer.
Hi,
Lefty. How you doing, mate? Great to see you.
How's your cookies?
For coming. Yeah. Hope you're good. Evening, Mac. How's you? Yeah. And when it came to saw, there wasn't so much for saws, but what I did manage to find is saws, vital for woodworking and construction, Also, they found their way into folklore through less dramatic than axes and knives. The rhythmic sound of sawing wood was often associated with hard work and the creation of something new and important. In some areas, saws were seen as symbols of progress and civilization and would be marked upon walls. They also represented the ability to transform raw materials into useful objects. Proverbs and sayings often emphasize the importance of proper saw maintenance and technique, mirroring the value placed upon careful craftsmanship. One saying that many people know is a dull saw tires off more than it cuts. Stories sometimes feature master carpenters and woodworkers whose skill with a saw was so extraordinary that they could accomplish seemingly impossible tasks. These tales often serve to inspire apprentices and demonstrate potential rewards of dedication and practice. There are many traditional societies that have passed down knowledge on tool safety through rhymes and sayings. Some of the memorable verses are used commonly today, but at one time would have been held almost sacred by the guilds. Some of the examples of these are: a sharp tool is a safe tool, a dull one will make you a fool, always cut away from your body, or tomorrow you all made a sorry story, measure twice, cut once, and avoid the dunce. Keep your fingers out the way, or you'll regret it every day. Now, they sound daft sayings and poems, but again, you've got to go back to a time of probably illiterate apprentices being taught by their masters, and what easier way to remind them. And today we use exactly the same rhymes, although often shortened, with our kids. You know, it's just that history has passed on. It's changed slightly in its wording, but it has passed on. So again, by understanding this cultural heritage, we can appreciate the artistry and ingenuity of our ancestors, but also gain a deeper understanding of the skills and knowledge that have shaped our world. Remembering and sharing these stories keeps the traditions alive, ensuring that the wisdom of the past continues to guide us in the present. So say I. Yeah. So that's how many stories and sayings do you remember from your childhood? Yeah. It was that they were passed on by our parents from their parents and so on and so on. It's always, it's my knife. I can strop it as fast as I want to. That's what I always say. Too right, mate. Too right.
Yeah, that bunker we were on about, the nuclear bunker last week, that finally give up the ghost. The cliff just gave way, so the whole thing is just landed on the beach.
It's in one piece as well. That's the incredible thing. It was so well made. The concrete was so well cast and probably that thick and well reinforced that the whole bunker was dropped sort of down a 40-foot cliff, rolled onto its side, and is sat there in one piece. It's a shame. I mean, if I was local, I'd probably be trying to fucking get a machine in there to lift it up, take it home, because what a brilliant garden shed.
There was a whole Westwood Hoe have got it's their harbour wall is stone, and it's been there for hundreds of years. Yeah. And they had a small hole in it where some of the storms have broke it away. When storm, I think it's Irwin. Yeah. I can't remember the one that's there this weekend. It's actually taken the whole wall out now, so it's just you could still walk along the wall, but now there's huge gaps in it.
Oh yeah, can't beat the sea.
No.
Well, that decides to work. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's an incredible thing, nature, and again, learning to live with it, work with it. Quite often, it's just about accepting it. Yeah. It's about saying, "Going to be wet." Me today, I'm wearing summer wear. So again, ancient law, right? Cotton kills. We all know that. Cotton in cold, wet climates. I'm wearing really nice cotton shirt, really comfy in that. Is it a winter shirt? Not really. Gets
Mine
wet.
Is 16, Mick. Oh, yeah. Mike, sorry, blimey, that's.
Yeah. Gets wet, gets cold, leaches heat away, will kill me. What do I wear in the winter if I'm outside working? Well, wool's my favourite. And I stick to the old saying, right? Cotton kills, right? And wool warms. And yeah, it's true. And again, knowledge, old knowledge.
Yeah, he's still wearing his high well socks.
Yes.
And enjoying them.
3 weeks in.
And he's had some. We've been trying out some of the other ones, haven't you?
Yes. I got Kaz's got me another pair of socks. Now they were. Where were they from?
They're from Amazon Haul. Amazon are trying to do their version of Temu, etc. And I got him some. They're supposed to be merino wool socks, but they were 75 pence a pair.
Yeah.
And
I wouldn't say they are definitely merino. They're probably a mix.
But they're
good socks.
Yeah.
They're working out okay. Nice sewing. Nice sewing. Yeah, death denim. Yeah, exactly that. But in the summer, cotton is your friend. Because in the summer, cotton will keep the bugs out, keeps the sunlight off, and it's great for wicking away heat. It's
John's saying that they're reporting that a tree exploding due to the weight of the ice and extreme cold. I suppose the water's getting right into the tree and it's getting that cold. And
it's the sap as well.
Yeah,
the sap expands, it freezes,
and
eventually the fibres of the
tree. That'll make you jump, wouldn't it? You're just walking through the forest and a tree decide it's going to explode.
You go with quite
I bet it does.
Well.
And I suppose it's like wooden shrapnel as well when it does go off.
Well, basically, if you think about all the capillaries in a tree freezing, that's a lot of moisture expanding, and there's a lot of strength to that outer bark that's going to be trying to hold it back, and eventually something's got to give, and it won't go with a gentle hiss and creak. It tends to go with a bang.
That's Bailey.
Remember your friends on the way up, because sure as fuck you'll meet them on the way down. Yeah, I'll go with that one. All right, I'm just going to take Willow down so he can go for his walk. Hey, Willow.
Hey, Willow.
You ready?
Yeah, you're very right there, Lee Michelle. Yeah, it is. Four inches of snow. We got nothing. Apart from just rain, and it just hasn't stopped. It's I bet it does sound like a shotgun going off. Yeah, this leg is not great, Lefty. It's still it's all sort of dry skin, and the patch on my right leg is about like that, so it goes right round my leg now. They're not quite sure what it is, and I've been wrapping it and putting compression socks on and things like that, and it's just not making any difference to it. But
I'm happy that I take my shirt off.
Yes.
I take my shirt off.
Hey, you can hit it. You got those new ones? Oh dear, ladies, watch out! You got your new one? No, you haven't got that new one. I thought you had to one. Yeah, I bet it. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? You get damp, wet weather, and it gets cold. Your arthritis. It almost like you sort of your joints just go. I'm not working now, but this weird thing. That thumb, it's all right on this side, but all the back of my thumb is completely numb, and it's really weird. It's like I've been sitting on my thumb. It's yeah.
Well, we've got very low chance of snow here at the moment in the UK, or lower part of the UK. Midlands and up north, I believe, have got a fair risk of it, but down here in the south, yeah, pretty much forget it.
Booty said that they're getting 18 inches of snow and -0 Fahrenheit here in New Hampshire. God, we need to pick palm trees, actually. And Mike from Minsk was saying that it's -16 there. That's damn
You
good.
guys have got my respect. But again, you know, it's this is when your prepper skills, your thought processes come into it, isn't it? This is when you if you face these things on a regular basis. I know a lot of people have been caught out at the moment. Some of the lower states are really getting hammered, and they don't normally get tough winters. But I think it's something we've got to start thinking about across the world for the future. The climate,
-392,
getting away from.
It's cold there.
Yeah, getting away from all the theories, climate change, and all the rest of it. Just getting back to a simple fact that is quite out there for us all to see. The weather over the last 25, 30 years of my adult life, it's become more and more unpredictable. It's become more and more extreme. It can change so quickly now. Whether that might be natural or what, I don't know. I'm not even going to get into that thing because there are so many different theories on it. It's mind-boggling. But what you do need to know as a prepper and survivalist, it can change in minutes, days, and hours.
And that when you get cold and that the need for hot drink and hot food, it makes you feel so much better. And once you got that warmness in your core, then it helps you.
Well, I think you've got some bits and pieces there, haven't you?
Yeah, I have.
The winter.
Yeah. Like, I've got some of the herbal winter cures. I've got one that's it's elderberry syrup for colds and flu. Obviously it. I don't know where you're going to get the elderberries this time of year. I suppose are they coming? Yeah,
it's something you're going to have to made in the summer, isn't it?
How about ginger and lemon tea for sore throats? Right. So ginger and lemon tea is a soothing, effective remedy for sore throats and congestion. Ginger possesses anti-inflammatory and analgesic properties, while lemon provides vitamin C and helps to thin mucus. So all you need is 1 piece of fresh ginger peeled and sliced, half a lemon sliced, 1 to 2 cups of water, and 1 tablespoon of honey. Infuse the ginger in a saucepan, combine the sliced ginger and water, bring to the boil, then reduce heat and simmer 10 to 15 minutes to extract ginger medicinal properties. Add lemon, remove from heat, and add the lemon slices. Let steep for another 5 minutes, strain and sweeten. Enjoy, slip slowly, and allow the warm tea to soothe your throat. And also they've got garlic and honey remedy for coughs. It's 3 to 4 cloves of garlic minced and 1/4 cup of raw honey. You combine the two in a glass jar, combined with minced garlic and raw honey. Infuse, stir well to ensure the garlic is fully coated with honey. Let the mixture sit in room temperature at least 2 to 3 hours, or even overnight, which is better, to allow the garlic compounds to infuse into the honey. You take 1 to 2 teaspoons of garlic infused honey as needed to relieve cough symptoms. Note to yourself that the taste can be strong, so have a glass of water nearby. Not suitable for infants under 1 year, or due to the risk of botulism from the honey. So there's these. I've got some other bits. Even I was interested, you want to drop an email to the thing, I will attach these to the email for you. And if you're interested, we've got garlic and apple cider vinegar tonic, steam inhalation for congestion, honey and lemon soother, and ginger and turmeric tea. The winter foraging guide for the herbs and plants that you've got out there at the moment, which they've got watercress, chickweed, dandelion root, and pine needles. So you've got pine needles, especially particularly Scots pine, can be used to make a vitamin C rich tea. The tree has a refreshing resinous flavour and can help boost the immune system. Caution: avoid using the needles from yew trees as these are poisonous. Pregnant women should not avoid consuming pine needle tea due to the pine identification. So if you want that, I've got 3 lots here. If anyone's interested, Drop us in there.
Birch polypore tea, one of my go-tos through the winter months.
Yeah, I quite like the birch polypore.
Yeah, because some people find it a bit bitter. It's an easy one, dead easy one. Birch polypores, harvest them when you can. Collect your birch polypores, and remember, birch polypores off of a dead tree. If the tree's just hanging on, wait for it to go over. The polypore grows quite happily on long dead birches. Collect your polypores, bring them home. Now, the top tip that I can give you there is to cube it up or cut it into slices whilst it's fresh, then dry it. And all I do is I thread it onto a piece of cotton needle, piece of cotton, thread it on in pieces, hang it up in a room, let it air dry. To make the tea,
that's a good idea, Jess.
Yeah, a couple of 1-inch cubes of birch polypore into a cup, boiling water, fill the cup up, honey to taste. Give it a really good stir, and I leave it to 15 to 20 minutes or until it's got to a temperature where I can knock it back. Okay. And
yeah, the nettle tea, Benny, it's best to add a bit of honey to it. It is pretty tasteless, but it's all the
goodness you
the
get
iron
in it.
and things in it.
Yeah.
It's like the Cornish. I don't know if our friends abroad know, but the Cornish have a cheese called yarg. And yarg is actually wrapped in nettle leaves to keep it when they do the curing. Yeah,
properties.
It stops all the bad mold growing on the cheese while it's drying.
Yeah. So, and again, a lot of the herbal drinks that you can create when they're out there. I mean, people always say to me about pine needle tea. Now, I find pine needle tea personally quite tasteless. And I've tried to really go mad with it in the past to try and get a really strong flavour. But you can't get above a certain level. But the knack is, or the way to think about it for me, is if I'm in a really cold environment, if I'm bitterly cold, I would rather have hot water than cold water because it gets a bit of warmth into me. So I'll drink just plain warm water on a cold day just to try and keep my core temperature.
I don't like honey either.
And I'll
not add, what I do, but
I'll add anything that's going to help, whether it be nettle leaves, whether it's going to be bramble tips, whether it be pine needles. They don't have a huge flavour. They're not going to knock your socks off, but it just adds something, anything, and the vitamin and minerals that you're getting are going to be a bonus as well. So it's basically grab what you can, isn't it, and run.
Benny, what you could do is put some lemon in it.
Yeah.
If you don't mind lemon tea, that'll give you a bit of the flavour. We won't have to worry so much about the honey, but you could put a little bit of sugar in it instead.
You can intensify nettle tea.
Hi, Sticks.
If you dry the leaves out. If you dry the leaves out and crush them like you would, so you basically got tea leaves, you can do it that way. You can also try roasting things like acorns, crushing them into it, but you want to ideally take the bitterness off them as much as you can first. And dandelion roots. Dandelion roots make a coffee substitute, shall we say. It tastes a little bit like coffee. It's not coffee. It's got no caffeine. It's not going to give you a caffeine boost, but it gives you something with a bit of flavour that's going to warm you. Yeah.
Add a tea bag of milk. Yeah, try nettle tea. Well, then nettle tea bag. Or you could do. You could put a rhubush one in it, because that the old rhubush is good for
kiwi.
as well.
All right, kiwi. Something that I used to use. I had an old military alcohol burner years ago. I couldn't get a snuffer ring for it, so what I used, that is great for you, kiwi boot polish tin. Right, when you've used the boot polish up, just keep the tin. Use the tin upside down on it. Use that as a snuffer ring. It'll work just as well.
Yeah, John. We have mead that's made from honey over here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because you were saying they make whiskey over there from honey. Well, we make mead.
Oh yes.
Mead.
Yes. Yeah. Benny Sticks, I've threatened people on my video today to
night,
take
Jess,
you out.
have a good night at work, love.
Night, Jess. Take it easy at work. Hope everything's good. Hope you don't get bitten. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kiwi.
Go, no, bitey.
Yeah, no bitey.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so Kiwi, yeah, anything that you can use. I mean, the snuffer ring really just drops on, cuts the oxygen off, and does the job. But I used to use a Kiwi boot polish tin.
Kiwi boot.
Yeah, it's quite funny. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Funny it goes around.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It sounds like the little dog's back.
Bill, magic mushrooms for depression. Yeah. I'm not going to knock it.
St John's wort, but you can't have St John's wort if you're already on depression medicine.
There are many plants, fungi out there that have massive healing properties, both physical and mental, and some of them you can buy in modern form. So I have issues sleeping. I have issues with nightmares. Okay. When I'm having those periods, and it tends to be around the full moon, I struggle for about a week, I use calms. Okay. And all they are is a valerian and hop extract. It's completely herbal. You can get them in almost any supermarket or herbal shop.
Valerian is what they give dogs to calm them down as well when they're frightened of fireworks.
Valerian's been used for thousands of years. The ancient Greeks and that used it. The Romans used it. Hops again. The bonus with these for me is they don't leave me drowsy the following day. I can take 4 little tablets. They just ease me off. It just literally helps your brain just to go sleep. And I get a good night's skip off of them. So again, as I said right at the beginning of the evening, combination of old and new does work together. Some of the technologies are really, really good. I wouldn't suggest. I wouldn't suggest anybody goes out running around chewing on valerian root without the right knowledge, because again, it's a highly sedative plant, and you can't measure the dose. But I get it that way because I can measure the dose. I know what I'm getting, and it works. Yeah, take it from me.
Hi, Graham.
Hi, Graham. How you doing? Hope you're good.
Oh, he's brought excited pork scratching with me. Okay.
Yep, good man.
As long as you're not eating them flipping scampi fries, because if that, you can go sit in the corner.
That is one tip to you all. The landlady will personally bar anybody that walks in here with scampi fries.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Or you're going to sit in the back garden. Yeah.
Go sit in the smoking area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pork scratchings. Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
So getting back onto sort of like our myth, lore, and how we brought things forward. Okay. So weather is apt, isn't it? Time of year. So I was looking into that as well as tools and bits and pieces. So yeah, let's see what I can come up with there. For centuries, people have observed the natural world, seeking patterns and signs to predict the weather. These observations evolved into myths, legends, and stories passed down through the generations. Okay, here we will explore some of these more common lore traditions from Europe, Great Britain, and North America, and examine their origins, cultural context, and evolution. So, European weather lore. Okay.
Jelly wilts and cockles.
Europe has a diverse climate and culture, boasts rich collection of weather folklore. But some of the more common ones are red sky at night, shepherd's delight, red sky in morning, shepherd's warning. This is a well-known saying based on the observation of how sunlight interacts with atmospheric particles.
Yeah, Lee mentioned that one just now.
Its genealogy. Its roots can be traced back to ancient agricultural societies, as a red sky at sunset indicates high pressure and stable air moving in from the west, suggesting fair weather for the following day. A red sky at sunrise conversely suggests that the high pressure system has already passed and unsettled weather is on its way. Now, the saying appears in the Bible, Matthew 16:2-3, and it possibly predates it. The term shepherd is a very old term for a common figure. So it probably represented in its origin a common man, a working man. Since another one is St. Swithin's Day. Okay, if it rains on St. Swithin's Day, it will rain for 40 days after. So St. Swithin's Day, for those who don't know, is July the 15th. I only know that because it's written down here. Genealogy. St. Swithin was a 9th century bishop of Winchester, and legend says that when his remains were moved to an indoor shrine, he protested with a torrential downpour. While there is no meteorological basis, the saying is likely originated due to the tendency for weather patterns to become established around this time of the year, i.e., if it's dry and warm in early July, it tends to mean that it's going to stay dry and warm through the summer. However, if it's wet in that part of July, then that weather front or those weather situations are liable to stay for the next month. So in the British Isles, it has a maritime climate. Maritime climate. We're surrounded by sea, in other words. So we have sayings like halo around the moon. A halo around the moon means rain is coming soon. Okay, the genealogy behind that is scientifically sound. A halo around the moon is caused by ice crystals and high cirrus clouds. These clouds often precede an approaching warm front and is associated with rain and precipitation. This saying has been passed down through generations of farmers and sailors who relied on such signs for their livelihoods. Other such sayings: the wind is in the east, 'tis neither good for man nor beast. This reflects on the influence of easterly winds in Britain.
I see that, Bill.
Yeah, easterly winds in Britain often bring cold, dry air from the European continent during winter and hot and dry air in the summer. These conditions can be both unpleasant and harmful to both humans and animals. This probably originated with the agricultural communities where people were highly dependent on the weather. This saying also has variants across different regions of Britain and Europe, but it's usually based on the eastern wind. I've got a little section here on North American weather law as well. When leaves show their undersides, very sure that rain betides. And that's, leaves quite often will turn up when it's going to rain. One made me chuckle. If the groundhog sees its shadow on February the 2nd, there will be 6 more weeks of winter. Right. If the groundhog sees its shadow, there's going to be 6 more weeks of winter. So, if anybody sees a groundhog, don't let it look down. There you go, and there's just some for you. And I've got a couple more there in Africa and Asia and things like that. But we'll drop that one there. Yeah.
Competition for themselves.
Oh yeah, when the old seagulls are sat in the water, you know there's rough weather coming. That's why in parts of Cornwall, seagulls are called bobs. Okay, it's because of what they do.
Did you serve with Nelson Saving? That's a bit rude.
I should put that up there.
Yeah, February 2nd is Groundhog Day.
All right.
Funny.
Tell me, do people...
So did people, how many people out there got the aurora this week?
Yeah, did any of you get to see it?
Yeah.
Hope some of you did, because...
We've got some... we
didn't, did we?
No, we didn't get any, but our favourite place we like to go viewed, someone sat at the sea pool and caught that shining on the water, and it was amazing. Yeah,
we got some brilliant shots from all around sort of Britain and that. That's a shame. That's a shame. Well, I stuck it out on the short just on the off chance because I started getting reports from friends and family in Cornwall and up as far as Salisbury Plain to say that they got it.
Sorry to hear your missus is not well. So you've had extra chores to do.
Hey, not a problem, mate. Not a problem. I'm glad it's worked out for you. Glad it's worked out for you.
Yeah, I saw your photos, Kit, and they were fantastic.
Yeah. I'm glad it's worked out for you. I mean, the weather has been atrocious down there.
Rain upon rain upon rain.
Yeah. Kitten saw it. Brilliant.
I see the pictures.
Yeah. It's Yeah, it was one of those things, and I'll always do that. If something comes up on, I start getting phone calls from friends and family down in the West Country going, we can see the aurora. I'll always stick up a short just in hope that somebody
Bill, well
gets
saved
it.
there. He was a year too late.
Oh no, John, that's not what you need, is it?
No.
People could see it out to the west of him, but the city light pollution blocked it out there.
Oh,
That's a shame. That's a shame. It's one of those amazing things.
yeah, it's very red and green this time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was, so it was almost like it was cut into two halves, wasn't it? Yeah.
I often wonder, I'll have to look into it, find out, because when you see the aurora, you see bands of light.
And it's like
bands, is it because as you follow the rotation of the Earth, the actual effect is that different wavelengths are being cut out by the amount of atmosphere that's travelling through.
Some of when you look up at it, we've seen it on Sky. It was almost like when you got pleats of a curtain. That was that sort of ripple effect, wasn't it? It was like that across the sky. It was yeah.
Something beginning with W. Something beginning with W. Anchor. Water. Window. Wally. Willow. So what can you see?
We're looking at it.
I'm looking now. No.
So come on, Benny. What is it?
Oh,
yeah, we were lucky that when we saw it on Sky, it was so bright. We didn't have to look for a camera, but when we had it here, you could. If he took photographs, you could see it, but you couldn't see it was naked eye, could you?
No.
Take your time, Mick.
Water?
Watch.
Could be watch. Yeah, could be watch.
You watch.
Could be watch.
Yeah. It's got to be.
Radio, light.
It's your watch.
It's got to be. Take your time, Mick. Yeah, it's got to be watch.
Yes.
Got to be watching it.
You got to watch on.
Yeah. Well spotted, Cass.
Well, when he said what, take your time.
You got it, Cass. You got it. I thought he was referring to something out there. Yeah, that my watch. So okay, my watch. An essential part of your emergency equipment is your wristwatch because it tells you the time.
Yeah, Bill got to Willow. Willow's actually knackered. He's on the floor because he's walked back for his walk.
But I like a proper face with hands on because I can use it as a compass.
Lefty, have a good evening or day, whatever it's.
It is a repro. It is a repo of the CWC Vietnam edition for the US. But the strap was actually my grandfather's. So that was my grandfather's strap. So, yeah. And because I like a watch with hands, because it has many uses.
I'm surprised you men like these straps like that, because they look to me just like hair pluckers on your arm. You get such furry mitts there.
It's a good quality gold one. It doesn't bother me at all. It feels quite comfortable. It doesn't shake down. Yeah, so your watch, how many uses have you got for your watch? Fire lighting, compass, working out elevation.
Timing a boiled egg.
Timing a boiled egg, yeah. Yeah. Boiling water in an emergency situation, knowing how long you boiled it for. Knowing what time you got to be home. 101 uses for a watch. Hey, Lefty, take it easy, mate. Have a fantastic day. Have a brilliant week. And give my love to Lavon. Lavu, take it easy, mate. Same thing to you. Have a great week. I hope your missus gets better very, very soon. And I'm glad that the waterproof's worked out for you, dude. Yeah. Stay dry, stay warm, stay toasty, which has got to be. I've got to imagine up there around you, Lavu. I mean, I saw what the conditions were like when I was up there. with all this rain we've been having, it's got to be murder. Yeah, so, yeah, thoughts and prayers are with your brother. Yeah. For any of you that are not aware, living Lavaux does exactly what he says. He lives in his Lavaux on a Welsh mountainside in the middle of a little woods.
And, Stuart, I pay for...
Takes care of his little ponies. It's a tough life.
Well, I've finished paying for our Christmas holiday out of Dumfries and Galloway. Woo-hoo!
That's it. Yeah, that's all paid for. So we are coming to Dumfries and Galloway.
For Christmas.
Bang up watches at work, all 5 minutes fast. And brilliant. I don't get that. Why have your watches 5 minutes? Oh, yes. But then why don't you just go around and bang them up 5 minutes
But 5
early?
minutes, yeah.
I never got that one. I used to have a mate who used to set his watch 10 minutes fast so that he was never late to work and he could always leave early. I was like, you're still there for 8 hours.
Yeah, it doesn't make any difference.
Where's the difference?
Yeah, all excited.
Yeah. So, what are we going to chat about next? What are we going to chat about next? I don't know. What do you want me to chat about next? Is there anything you want me to cover? Is there any particular subjects you want me to get into?
However,
is there anything you want to know? Is there anything you'd like to ask me? What do you think of my new hat?
Yeah,
another new hat.
He's got a hat.
I saw it and I had to have it. Are we going to cop for the South? How are we going to cop for the South? So, let's break that down for me. John's off to dig out the car. I'll take it easy, mate.
Luck, yeah.
Be safe. Are we going to cop for the South? So we're going to pay for the pig. That's how I'm translating that. Do excuse me, I might be a bit thick, but that's how I translate that coming from the West Country. Yeah, it is. I saw the label on it, not dead yet, and I thought, I'm going to have that.
Health update.
Yeah.
Your health update.
My health update. My health is good. Okay. I'm still pouring in a steady stream. So I can still, if we had snow, I would be able to write my name in joined up letters in it. And not
Teresa, thank you.
Thank you, Teresa. You are a darling. There's a kiss for you.
Snow, he says, I'm typing in the dark.
Remind me if we meet up, I owe you a hug. Thank you.
Yeah, we've had, and Lee Michelle's done $2.99 as well.
Oh, Lee. Right. Then I owe you a hug as well, mate.
Yeah, snow. We've just not had any.
No, we're not had any here. We've not even had a sniff of it.
Well, we've had a little bit. It lasted for about an hour and a half, and it's gone.
Yeah, it's pointless. It was absolutely disappointing. And I've got a couple of videos I'm desperate to do in the snow, which means probably not going to get it. This week, health was good. I was in and around the centre of London 3 days running, towing trailers and that.
Oh, thank you, Teresa.
Moving places like Bethnal Green. I had a weird experience. So there you go. Centre of London. Centre of London. I mean, right in the centre of London. And I'm used to, I drive all over the country. It doesn't bother me. I can do 200 miles here in 4 hours easily. No problem at all, with no difficulty. I find myself in the centre of London where the sat-nav suddenly says to me, distance to destination, 1.2 miles. Time to destination, 58 minutes. And I was like, what?
Hello, widow.
What? 58 minutes to go 1.2 miles. And it was. Hugs are free. They are.
Yeah.
They are. In actual fact, I think hugs should be mandatory. There's nothing wrong with a good hug. Whether between men, women, whatever, it doesn't come into it. One of the things I learned in the bike club world is blokes would give one another a big manly hug whenever they met up. And it was good. It bonded. It made people feel stronger. It made them feel.
And us ladies got the kisses, but
and the ladies got kissed.
Yes. Some of you men, you're a little bit spiky and furry.
Yeah, hugs are good.
Yeah, because after a while, your cheek starts burning.
Yeah. Well, lucky enough for me, Lou Michelle, the boss, was picking it up. It was, yeah, I had to move a 30-foot catering unit through the centre of London. And I'm going to be doing it again Wednesday, funny enough. So,
yeah.
If you see my pickup with a dirty great big white trailer behind it and this just zoned out Mickey driving it, then yeah, apologise. It's a crazy place, hectic. Yeah, and yeah, pedestrians and cyclists with no awareness that 3.5 tons of vehicle moving at even walking space is not going to give you any sympathy. Oh, what's the matter, mate?
Did you walk your little paws off?
Did you walk your little paws off?
Oh.
Was it the cats? Did they beat you up?
Did they wheel on you?
Did they make you stand in the corner and laugh at you and point with their tails? Oh, he does his sympathy vote thing. He's like, oh yeah, I'm such a hard done by little dog.
Yeah.
Well, lucky enough, I got a really good boss up there. His attitude's like, you'll be here when you'll be here. You can't do nothing about the traffic. You'll get through it.
There you go.
So that was it. We just cracked it out, got it done.
Good boy.
I'm off to my mum's again in February, midweek. So I'm going over there for 3 days. Go see my mum, give her a hand. It's been a month or so since I was last over there. Urban Skills and EDC. Okie doke. So it's funny you say that. So in my book, I'm breaking down the differences between what I would call urban skills and wilderness skills. And EDC, it's right. So EDC is this is one of the difficulties. So
you go too far.
An everyday carry. What do you need? Well, that's going to vary for every single individual. Okay, this is going to depend on your capabilities, your abilities, your technologies, where you are, what you do, how you do it, and so on. What I will say to you about your EDC is spend a week with nothing. Spend a week just walking through your life with nothing. Leave everything purposely behind you. And make a note of everything you've sat there and gone, I wish I'd had that with me. Okay? Whether it be a little screwdriver, might be to repair your glasses. You might be somebody like me that's forever needed to tighten his glasses up. It may be a water tap. And I often get a lot of our American friends say to me, oh, why don't you get one of these gadgets for doing water taps? We don't have the same access to water in the UK that you do in America with spigots outside buildings. And most of the taps we use here are squared off taps. So a Leatherman will suffice if they are here. Or if you do find one.
That's better, thank you.
Yeah. So again, it's build the EDC to suit you. My EDC kit starts there. I've shown you before, and I'm going to be putting some of these together for people.
Yeah, some of the sort of interview that some of our bits comes this week.
Simple light, something to identify me, fire striker and whistle. That is my basis of my EDC. A small box knife on there. That is where it all starts off, and you just develop it out from that. But it is primarily think about what you need.
I was just noticing the new dog tags. These ones are a lot bigger than what they used to be.
Yeah, they
are quite substantial compared to the other ones that they used to have, haven't they?
That's why it's an urban skills. So let's have a look. Let's see what I've only just started on the urban skills section. So that's
will do, Lee. I'll put that down.
That's not finished yet.
EDC and a hat.
Let me have a look at my notes and see where we are there. The prepper triangle, home emergency preparedness, wilderness survival prepper list, basic human requirements, body resources, what is survival?
Because with the I suppose as Gary, he's asked for 2 the EDCs, and he's giving one to his friend who actually owns a boat. So what he's doing, instead of putting the whistle with the striker on, he's actually got a whistle to put on it, a normal whistle for piping on and that sort of thing.
And again, adapt it to yourselves. Adapt yourselves. It's only me trying to give advice and tips. So, what have I written so far in my urban survival section? As I've just been asked a question about it. So, essential skill, and I break all the survival sections down. So we've got a wilderness selection. You've got an urban survival section. You've got home prepping section.
A kitten.
And again, these can only be taken as a rough basis to start building your skills on. I say right at the beginning of the book, everything I put in here is a beginning foundation. These are the things that I think are important. That if you can get these mastered, then you start building upon them and improving them. So urban survival requires a unique skill set tailored to the challenges of city environments. Here's some key skills to develop. Firstly, I've put situational awareness, constantly observing your surroundings, identifying potential threats and recognizing escape routes. The next one I've put into there is self-defense. Now, when I talk about self-defense, okay, what I'm not talking about is you suddenly becoming a master of injury or carrying an M16. I'm talking about applying the situational awareness to avoid confrontation, avoid a situation, but if you do find yourself in it, knowing how to handle it, deal with it, hopefully de-escalate it, but if necessary, using shock and awe to give yourself a chance to get away. Okay, so again, knowing the basic self-defense techniques to protect yourself from physical harm. This does include knowing a few hand-to-hand combat and an awareness of improvised weapons. Now, we don't talk about weapons in the UK, but I will say to you, under UK law, if somebody goes to you and you've got no choice, swinging your keys in their eyes, okay, is going to be deemed as an appropriate defensive thing to do. You're protecting yourself as long as you're not the aggressor. So next in this is first aid, possessing the knowledge to treat injuries and illnesses, especially in situations where professional medical help may be delayed. Okay, so it's knowing how to stem that bleed, knowing how to stabilise that break, knowing how to make somebody comfortable, knowing how to deal with those things that do occur in life, like choking, CPR, so on.
One thing I'll just add to that, if anyone uses Poundland, you can get the spray plasters in there for £3 at the moment. Just
worth having in your kit. Navigation. Now, this is something that people don't think about in an urban context, but it brought it home to me being in the centre of London the other day. Okay, navigation, mastering the use of maps, compasses, GPS devices, right? They all have their place and their importance. Me trying to manoeuvre a trailer unit through the centre of London, I had to rely on my GPS. And I had to, at times, also use a little bit of common sense, or I find myself going the wrong way. So again, don't rely on those pieces of equipment. The other thing is teaching yourself to identify landmarks and develop a good sense of direction. Well, I'm lucky. I always knew when I was going east, always knew when I was going north, south, and so on, even in London's crazy streets. So communication, being able to effectively communicate with others, whether it be asking for help, providing information, or de-escalating tense situations. Note again, de-escalation, try and avoid conflict where possible. Resourcefulness, the ability to find and utilise available resources such as food, water, shelter in an unexpected emergency situation. Using the obvious, bus shelters, building doorways. Walk through London for 10 minutes, look around you and see people that are genuinely having to use those resources to get themselves by. Stealth and evasion, moving unseen and unheard, is a valuable asset in any urban scenario. Yes, learn to walk quietly. Learn to move with purpose. Okay, so anybody observing you is thinking to himself, oh, I've got to mess with that one. but also learn to walk quietly so you're unobserved. And it doesn't necessarily mean just silent footsteps. It means actually in how you move. Don't telegraph your nervousness or your agitation. Learn to breathe deep, control that, and walk as everybody else is walking if need be. Blend yourself in. Improvisation, the ability to use readily available items to solve problems and overcome obstacles. Okay, so that's the essential skills for urban survival. On top of that, we have some survival methods. Okay, effective methods are crucial for navigating and thriving in challenging urban conditions. Consider these important strategies. And then I've got to break it down into a lot more detail about how we do it. But so far, I've got water procurement, how to identify sources of clean water, such as bottled water in stores, which is obvious, public fountains, with purification if necessary, and knowing how to purify water from less reliable sources, and if necessary, how to use stuff from stores to improvise water purification, using chemical means, in other words. Food acquisition, even in the urban environment, there is stuff you can forage. There are trees and plants. They may well be contaminated by exhausts, but it's better than starving. Shelter construction. Now, this is something I'm going to sit down and talk to a few of my friends that have lived on the street about. Because I have had a chat to them about it before now, and it's very interesting how you can improvise materials for shelter to protect your body from the environment using such things as tarps we all know, but cardboard, abandoned buildings. Yeah, how would you go about it and looking into it? Fire starting in an urban environment, something not many people think about. But look at the weather conditions at the moment for people like John and that. If you were stuck in those situations, it might be the case that 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning you do need a fire. How to attract attention in an emergency. Now, that's something that was brought home to me this week as well, as in London, I don't know about every other city, but in London, people are just oblivious. I watch people stepping over people laying in the street in sleeping bags and stepping over them. My heart is going to be, just want to stop for a second and go, "You're right, mate," just to know they're still alive in that bag.
Like for me, saying being friends with someone who's got their own plot of land also comes in handy.
Yeah.
As a bone when it comes to survival in some cities, because they're blocks of flats with no private garden. They're very true.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult. It's one of the toughest environments to survive in. People always talk about how hard it is to survive in the wilderness. If you're on your own in maybe somewhere where you know nobody, or maybe you have communication difficulties there, whether it be language, whether it be an illness or whatever, that is, the urban environment has got to be one of the toughest, because people switch off. Nobody's interested. Nobody cares. They will step over you. They will walk past you. They're not. If you're choking, they're not going to come and give you help. It's a weird thing. So, essential equipment for urban survival: first aid kit, always in every scenario, some form of survival. First aid kit, okay, designed for yourself for your needs, but must include such simple things as antiseptic wipes and the ability to clean yourself up if you're contaminated by something, basic pain relievers, basic anti-diarrhea tablets, some way of stopping and controlling bleeding. Okay, that's the basis. Water bottle, water filter, if you can get one, if you've got one, a small one, it's worth having. Collapsible water bottles are fantastic, well worth having with you. If it's legal and you're capable, or you can conceal it well enough in your kit, the bottom of your kit, so it's not readily to hand, a multi-tool is a great thing to have. Some sort of lighting, okay? No matter how small, a light is a light, okay? No matter how small, a light is a light.
Reboot said they're making it illegal to be homeless where he's.
Yeah. How can you make it illegal to be homeless? Hang on, I've got nowhere to live.
Yeah.
Well, you're illegal. It's what world we live in, eh?
Build a comfy chair.
Yeah. Some way of figuring out where you're going, whether it's a detailed map of an area, whether it's a local navigation map for landmarks, know where you are, know where you're going. Okay. An emergency whistle. Okay, emergency whistles in an urban environment. You think they're crazy, Mick? People will run from a whistle. Massive amount of tension drawn by a whistle. People that don't want the attention will get away from you, and people will start to look. It switches people on. It's one of those things that will make people go,
Felony.
"What's going on there?"
That's
and react.
ridiculous. Rebooted.
Carriers, if you're carrying cash, where possible, carrying small denominations of local currency for getting essential items, and consider carrying a dummy wallet, a sacrificial wallet, something that you can hand over if somebody attempts to rob you. All right, keep your personal identification separate from your wallet and safe.
You get there.
Yeah, durable backpack. So that takes me into stealth in the city. I don't know if you want me to go through that. I can do. I'll go back through some of the comments that you have a think about it. If you want me to go through stealth in the city, I can. And bear in mind, this is all I'm just starting out. There's a lot more to be filled in these. Bill, you can identify anything you like now.
So Bill's in Scotland. Yeah. So might see you as well when we're up there at Christmas.
Triangle of Death, yeah. Being friends, yeah. Urban is defo the hardest thing.
Was saying that it's the third time it's a felony being caught being homeless.
Who's?
Bill Reboot was saying that if you the third time you get caught being homeless is a felony.
But it's
not by choice that people are on the
Yeah. I can understand it if they were saying, right, you're homeless, here's a house, or you're homeless, here's a flat. I don't get it if you're.
That's one of the things that worries me, Mike, is that obviously there's issues. If I'm in a place that's got elevators, obviously you can't use them, and
you're trapped.
Yeah, I can't do the stairs.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, it is. Urban is one of the toughest to survive in. So one of the things you're going to use in the city is possibly stealth. The ability to move unseen, unheard is a valuable skill in an urban survival. All right. Here's some of the methods you can use to apply it, but the whole thing will take practice, time, and effort. As much as avoiding a deer, you need to avoid people. Clothing. Wear neutral coloured clothing that blends in with the environment. Avoid bright colours, logos, or items that attract attention. Think of the grey man. Okay. Camouflage is fine in the woods, but people will spot you in the city. The approach is to appear as the average person so that you don't draw that attention to yourself. Move with purpose, but avoid drawing attention to yourself. Walk confidently. Avoid making eye contact with strangers. Okay. Awareness. Be aware of your surroundings at all times and avoid areas where you're likely to be noticed. Where possible, stick to shadows. If safe to do so, alleyways and less populated areas. Okay. But I'm not saying that dark alley in the corner there is necessarily. You've got to do your assessment.
Yeah.
Okay. But again, it's trying not to be noticed, not being seen. Stick to the shadows where possible. All right. Noise reduction. Minimize your noise by walking softly. Avoid noisy clothing or accessories. Be aware of your surroundings to avoid tripping and bumping into objects. Yeah, that clumsy boat looks like a drunk. He's an easy target, isn't he? Okay, so try not to set yourself up. Be observation. Observe your surroundings carefully before entering an area. Identify potential threats, obstacles, and if necessary, avoid them. Change your route. A few extra miles is better than a confrontation. Evasion. If you're being followed or feel threatened, use your knowledge of the area, okay, to avoid your pursuers. Knowledge of the area is key. Change direction frequently. Use crowds to your advantage and seek refuge where necessary. Okay. Conclusion. Urban survival is about preparedness, adaptability, and resourcefulness. No plan survives the initial contact. By developing essential skills and understanding effective methods and equipping yourself with the right gear, you can significantly increase your chances of navigating thriving in a challenging urban environment. Stay informed, stay vigilant, prioritise your safety. There we go. That's how far I've got on that so far. And as you can gather, there is a lot more to go into, but also in the book, what I don't want to do is start writing a definitive ABC of how to do it. What I'm trying to do is instill into people a thought process where I give tips and ideas they can then improve on, you know. That's of both words. Yeah, ninja skills are always super handy. Any ninja skills that you have. Yeah, exactly as Max is. And Max is somebody that survived for many years on the streets. Heads are always on a swivel. That's it. Spot them before they spot you. And if necessary, and it is as simple as, if necessary, if there's a riot going on at the end of the street, yeah, avoid it. Turn around as soon as first opportunity. Turn around, head in the opposite direction, get away from it. You know, it's avoid those situations. If you see somebody that's looking dodgy in that, then you've got to assess where you are. There are many techniques, be it walking into a shop, walking into a pub. Yeah, if need be, speak to the doorman. And this is something I say to many people. Doormen, especially in the UK, they're licensed, they're trained. Not all of them are the big old burly guys that we used to have, but most of them are doing the job because they have a sense of justice and fairness. Okay, you can't spend every night 8 to 10 hours a night being abused, spat at, sworn at, and dealing with drunks just for the cash. Usually, you'll find the guys that do that job are pretty decent people. Any skills and advantage, yeah. Nothing will prepare you for those surprises apart from having that mindset of, if you are ever attacked and there is no other way of avoiding it, right? Shock and awe. Fast, furious, and aggressive. You go in with absolutely everything. You're trying to protect yourself. You do exactly what you got to take. Always said there is no rules, there's no regulations. You bite, you claw, you poke, you stab, you punch, you kick, you do whatever is necessary. Okay? The victor is the man left standing. How you put that person on the ground to save yourself and protect yourself doesn't matter. Don't start thinking about pride. You've got to square up and do the old, yeah, whatever it takes. Right? If it takes being a bit crafty, a bit sly, then you do it. Yeah, they are. Yeah. Exactly that. That is where bushcraft and Britain is exactly where we were saying walk with purpose. Don't allow yourself to look like a victim. Walk with purpose, but don't walk with that much purpose that you start looking flamboyant. People start thinking, oh, yeah, he's putting it on. You got to walk with that. I will say to you, it's almost like that old Stone Cold Steve Austin walk. You know, he's on a mission. He's doing something. He's not interested in you. He's on a mission, but by golly, he doesn't look like a guy you want to mess with. All right. They'll leave you alone. They're looking for the nervous. They're looking for the weak. They're looking for the unsure. They're looking for the lost. They're looking for the people that are out of place. Look like you're supposed to be there. Look like you know where you are. Okay. Yeah. And just put yourself first in those situations. That's another thing that
in Sussex.
I'm going to be mentioning in the book, the selfish factor. Put yourself first. Get yourself out. Okay. If you're there with your family, obviously get you and your family out first. Don't run off and leave your kids. But if it's you and strangers, protect yourself. Okay. You may then be able to come back and help after the incident's over, apply first aid or whatever. But don't put yourself into a situation you're not going to be able to handle. The other is you're waving, funny enough. You know, you got. I've done it myself. Had somebody coming towards me, And I thought, this is going to be shit's going to hit the fan. They're coming towards me, and I can see by their movement, I can see how they've locked on what they're going to do. So inside, I'm also preparing to. I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, right, he's got his head forward, his head's up, slap on the windpipe, and the rest of it. But before I've come to that, I've just changed my angle slightly, gone to look as if I'm going across the road. There's a group of people over there. Hi, John, how you doing, mate? So I'm going to do it like I've not even noticed the guy, but I'm still locked onto him. And the guy he swiveled. He just changed his demeanour and went round me. Why? Because his thought process was, shit, he's got his mates over there. You know, got me out of that situation. Now, if necessary, I was prepared to, and I would never teach any form of first aid, but my thought process was there, looking at the guy, his build, the way he was going to get on there, and I was going to do a runner. But yeah, so those sort of techniques, methods, you've got to just be adaptable. Yeah. My problem is, Simon, I can't run, so. About turn and move the double is
I can always grab him as I go past my scooter, and
well, that's it. Yeah, but again, same thing when I'm out with Kaz. When me and Kaz are out together, I'm usually behind her, and I normally drop back a couple of meters. Okay, because she's on a mobility scooter. I'm normally just anywhere from say 2 meters. I say 4 feet to 2 meters behind her, and I'm watching Kaz and people around her. And what I'm looking for is anybody that is paying her any more attention than is normal or natural. Because those are going to be the pickpockets, those are going to be the thieves, those are the ones that are going to see a woman on a mobility scooter and think, easy target. I want to pick up on them before they even think of doing something. So I can assess the situation. Oh, there's 2 of them. Right, well, the first one's going to get it, the second one's going to get it. But then it's just loading up beforehand.
Hey, Bushy, how are you feeling now? Is your heart behaving itself now, or are you still suffering?
Well, Sussex, you got the right thing. You know, use what you got. You know, it's use exactly what you've got. Through such a shit enough to be left alone. Again, it's that thing, isn't it? And I do not condone violence.
You got flown there. Oh dear.
Where possible, avoid it. Okay, wherever possible, avoid it. But if you ever do find yourself where you can't avoid it, where you're stuck in that situation where it's you or them,
that's Mike's just saying. He said because of his situation, being totally blind, he's not able to blend in with the crowd so much because he's walking with a white cane. He said, so how could he work around out there?
Mike, you have just given me one of the toughest quandaries I could imagine. And this is one of the difficulties, isn't it? If you are somebody with a disability, like blindness or maybe missing limbs, like Kaz, a mobility issue, unfortunately, and I hate to say this, in this world, you are exactly what some evil people are looking for. Okay, they're looking for, and I don't wish to say an easy victim because I don't want that to sound condescending, but that's what they're looking for.
There must be. There's got to be something to Yeah.
You set me a quandary there, Mike. I'll have a think on it this week.
Yeah,
give me a week. Let me
think
on it.
If you could come up with one.
Yeah, and Mike, have a think on it yourself. Think about how you would. What would you advise? And it would be for me because I've never been in your situation. So for me, it would be interesting to learn from you what your thought process is. I think for many guys here, many of us, or none of us here, I think, have the same situation as yourself. Just to hear from yourself how you deal with your prepping, your protection, your and so on. It's going to be an interesting learning curve for us because it's a box that we've never entered. But please, by all means, any ideas, tips, any thoughts, even if it's just telling us what it's like for you. I'm sure many guys here would be interested in learning about it because, again, it's another tool for our own boxes. If one of us, God forbid, ever found ourselves losing our sight, whether it be through an injury, somebody sprayed something in your face and that, you know, how would we, are there any tips or any thought processes that you as a blind person would say, look,
Bushcraft was saying that, Reboot was saying that that's where networking comes in. Always be with a friend or two. Teamwork makes the dream work.
We've said it many times, community, friendship, friends, having people around you, whether urban, whether rural, whatever the situation, where there is no greater tool than a friend. Kiwi's exactly right. He said what you said there. You know, dogs, having a dog with you is a fantastic tool. But we also live in a society here where it's becoming harder and harder.
Mike was saying that there's a video on how to access the internet on his channel.
I'll have a look at that, Mike. We'll have a look at that. It'll be very, very interesting. And again, please don't ever think I'm being condescending if I'm asking any questions or the way I'm talking. It's for me, learning. The more I can learn, the more I can understand, the more I can share. And for all I know, it might be the next person that comes on the course comes in who's partially sighted or losing their sight. And knowledge, is you can't, it's why I'm trying to write this book is I can't give you all the answers. I can't sort of say definitively do A, B, C, D, and E, you will survive, because that's absolute bollocks. And any book that writes like that is a lie. What I can say to you is know this, and this, and try and develop those skills. And what you'll find yourself is as you develop those primary skills, you'll start spotting other things that you can add to it. You might find some of those skills that you go, do you know what, I don't need that, Mick, but I could do it like this. And you've got to develop your own techniques, your own methods. That's one of the most key things in survival, preparedness, and so on, is find what works for you and perfect it. Get it right. Find those simple methods, those key structures that work for you, work on them, perfect them, and get them to the point where you will have that confidence, where you are happy with it.
He said he has no issue. I understand this is a vocal minority of disabled people who get offended with everything, or younger disabled people brought up in line with this. But it's definitely a thought challenging one, because obviously to put yourself in the mindset of someone who is impaired with, it's like if you'd been deaf.
I would say one of the things Simon said, one of the things I would consider if I was blind myself would be some sort of a tackle arm. Noise is an incredible thing. Noise can, when people do bad things, invariably they're heightened, they're alert, they're reacting. If something happens outside of their control, quite often they go into panic mode. The flight or flight hits them, and then they will drop what they're doing and leg it, or grab what they can and leg it, leaving you alone rather than carrying on. So a panic alarm would be probably something I would, or an attack alarm would be something I would probably think of. Things like weapons, sprays, and that, if you're blind, are probably no use to you, because you're probably you might actually end up harming somebody that's coming to your aid, unless you've got. I mean, because obviously I've never been in a situation. I don't know. It depends on what your spatial awareness is like. I mean, it's great watching the kung fu movie with.
I think those sprays. It would, if you let it off and it actually got yourself. It wouldn't affect your eyes, but it still affect your saliva and the other
thing is with chemical sprays. Take it from somebody who has experience legally with these things. They do as much to you as they usually do to the person you're using them against.
Yeah. Yeah, because like when the police use it, they're more often than not, you only got to have the wind slightly in the wrong direction, and everyone's getting it.
Everybody's getting it. I've been on courses and that where they're training people to use pepper spray, and literally by the time you finish the day, it's done. Same as CS and that, using it for crowd dispersal and that. Anybody's ever been in the chamber knows.
Yes, lemon juice in a squeezy bottle is a safe legal option. Yeah.
Well, one that in the old days, and now I would say, I'll break this out there. So it's a method used in the old days. It was passed on to me by a retired police officer, and I was on the door in quite a violent place, and we were talking about it. And he wasn't a doorman or anything; he was a retired policeman. And he said to me, he noticed I was wearing gloves. And what I used to wear basically the old military leather gloves, black gloves. Okay, not to protect my hands, not to make fists or anything like that. Purely and simply, they kept my hands warm. And if I did have to put my hands on somebody, I didn't get contaminated by their alcohol remains, spit, sweat, blood, and all that. So that's what I used to wear. And he said to me, in the old days as coppers, quite often we used to keep them treated with clove oil. He said, because if you put your leather glove with impregnated with clove oil anywhere near anybody's eyes, it will blind them for a few minutes. It's incredibly painful and will put them off what they're doing. And it works. Only downside is you've got clove oil on your own hands, so you've got to be constantly aware. Don't put my own hands near my eyes. But yeah, I think Teresa's right as well. Community is get to know people around you, get to know where you can, get to know your neighbours, get to know the people in the places you might use, get to know people. I think, and again, I think that applies to general survival. Build your community, build people around you you can know, you can trust. Going to keep your eyes open
Mike
for you.
was saying, it is to get a dog is not
possible.
Not viable for him. He's better off with the stick anyway.
Yeah.
It's a lot of responsibilities, and it is,
Neighbours locked in flats. It's difficult, isn't it? It's very, very difficult. It's one of those things, isn't it? You've got to find some way of building some sort of network and community. It's tough. I don't know. Give me a week to think on it. I'm not going to.
It's a shame that some people, when they go in, they lock the doors, and that is them. They don't want to interact with other places. Where we've been in flats where everyone was like, if they hadn't seen you for a couple of days, they knock on your door and say, you all right? Or well, I'm going to the shop. Do you need anything? And
society, isn't it? And that's the foundation.
Can you move your arms, because Andy B's trying to read it.
My people skills are just fine. It's my tolerance of idiots that needs work.
And he's got a hat. You didn't see the hat? He's got.
Andy.
Yeah.
I had to pick up that one.
Yeah.
Not dead yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my on-train sleeping hat.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah. And thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody that's here for listening to Mike as well. Because I'm pretty sure you're all sitting there yourselves going, yeah, how would I deal with that? How difficult is that?
Yeah, what I meant tough is not just in your situation, but sort of because I mean it's important what the situation you're in, Mike, but I was thinking about sort of generally if people have neighbours that don't interact with them. But I suppose if you're being blind from birth, then it's yeah.
It's like we were saying the other week about my deafness. Because my deafness comes from my childhood, I don't notice it. I'm not aware of it. People around me are. People around me are like, you talk really loud, you talk really firm, you have the TV on very, very loud. That's because of my deafness. To me, it's just quite normal. It's the level I run at, and I know no different. So, yeah, Mike, full respect to you, mate. You are strong and you are a wise man. He also makes some incredible music. So anybody that's not come across it before, Mike from Minx, dive over, have a look at his channel. He's an incredible chap. He's been blind since birth. He's a musician. He's a lovely guy. Kiwi, have you had your ears checked? Is it because you are deaf? They reckon that it's something like 60% of people in the UK have hearing problems. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a shame. They're moving in and out, and it's we've lived in this house where we are now 30 years, and a lot of our neighbours own their own properties, but certain houses they sell all the time. You know, they're only there for a couple of years and they go. And
cheers, Kitten. Kitten's just put up a link to Mike from Minx YouTube channel. Please go over and show some support, some love. I know he'll appreciate it.
Yeah, and you'll appreciate the music as well, because it's very relaxing.
It is brilliantly relaxing. In actual fact, Kaz quite enjoys it. When we go to bed at night, I read. That's my switch off. So I sit and read a book, or I listen to an audio book. In the old days, I'll put my Cones of Shame on and get into that. Kaz likes to do her puzzle books, helps her unwind and that, and she'll put some music on, which in one way is great in our relationship, because she can listen to what the hell she likes.
Within reason, sometimes I'd call
you had one on the other night, because I can only hear the rhythm of the beat. I was like,
it was.
And I was like, I'm trying to sleep. What the hell is this?
It was Slipknot, and it's a bit of a rowdy one. But
my wife listens to Slipknot to relax.
I've got my Spotify or my Alexa's got hundreds and hundreds of records of all sorts of thingy on it. I also listen to ambient sound, but I also have a love of listening to instruments from other countries. I love Mongolian throat singing and all their instruments.
Three Dog Night. All right, so I came across First Strike Canine Spray a while back. I will say this much about it. From a legality point of view, it is not illegal for anybody in the UK to carry First Strike Canine Spray on their person to protect themselves from dogs. The reason you're carrying it is to protect yourself from dogs. You have a fear of dogs, you're unconcerned about dogs, or like me, you have a very small dog that could get attacked by a big dog. Okay, that is the reason you carry it, and not for personal defense. It is powerful stuff. Yeah, I'll say that. It is powerful stuff. It doesn't last long. Okay, you're only going to get one good squirt out of it. But, it's one of those things, especially in the dog walker world, which was something I was looking at going into, and it was one of the things I got advised to look into to protect the dogs that you're walking with. They try and keep hush-hush about, because it's not going to, they don't want certain elements of society going, oh, you can buy this stuff, and carrying it.
Oh, yeah, I listened to, no, it was Ground Fog, it was definitely Slipknot, but I like Marilyn Manson too. So, but beautiful people and other bits of pieces. So, Yeah.
Yeah, we're quite a diverse taste in music, haven't we?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can be listening to The Who, which are a Mongolian group, playing Wolf Totem, and the next minute I've got Motorhead on, and then it'll be Led Zeppelin, and then Rainbow, and then it could be James Blunt. You know, it's just
Sunny Bridge. You said you had to say it in yourself, Sunny Bridge. There's many of the ex-British servicemen here now shaking. Traumatic place.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, one of my hobbies is I collect limited edition picture discs.
Maybe next week you'll have to bring some up.
Yeah, I've got some. There. I've got everything from Ozzy. I've got Motorhead. I've got Iron Maiden, ZZ Top albums, 12 inches, 7 inches, and yeah,
and a good 6 inches.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I love all music. It's I have such a wide and diverse taste in music.
Yeah, Sweet Dreams, and I love Tainted Love by him as well.
Yeah,
Marilyn Manson. Yeah, that's probably. I love that car with the old suicide doors.
Yeah. 5 minutes to go, I'm afraid, guys.
Yeah, at the moment I like Ghost. Yeah. Ghost. He just released "It's a Sin" by Pet Shop Boys. Yeah, I quite like that actually. Ow.
And being the sort of person, because I'm
high, like Megadeth.
I'm high and mid-tone deaf. So I lost my high tone almost completely. My mid-tone, I've got about 20% left. And my low tone's absolutely fine. So for me, things like Disturbed, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I like Cradle of Filth too.
I can follow that all the way through, not a problem. But a lot of music, you find me, I'm picking up on the bits that other people might be missing. And I think that's why I've got an appreciation for things like Mongolian throat singing, because I can hear so much more of the song.
Yeah, Disturbed version of Sound of Silence is,
Yeah. But if I go, as Keith was saying earlier on, if I'm in a pub or a music venue, I'm screwed because of all the background noise.
Type O negative. No, I think I have. I do some music I listen to, and I like the old.
She'll make a note now. She'll be looking at that tonight.
The dwarf metal.
The dwarf metal. Yeah, we like dwarf metal. Oh yeah. Diggy hole.
Diggy hole.
Yeah, diggy hole. Yeah.
That's our granddaughter's fault. That is. Yeah.
Our granddaughter got us into dwarf metal, pirate metal.
Oh yeah.
I like a bit of Irish punk as well.
We like the steampunk stuff as well. Yeah, a lot of the Abney Park and that.
I think the most moving bit of music I heard in the last 5 years was at my oldest son's wedding, and everybody had cleared off. The bride had gone up to the room to get herself sorted, and everybody had meandered off, and it was literally me, Kaz, my 2 sons, and the DJ had been playing music all evening, and my youngest son went over, had a word with the DJ, I suddenly heard the Dropkick Murphys, I think it was.
Yeah.
Was it Kiss Me on Shitface?
Kiss Me on Shitface.
Kiss Me on Shitface, right? Suddenly come up on that. And I looked round to see my 2 boys arm in arm.
With the best man who was he's just under 7 foot, and he's
roaring it out together. And I was like, I just saw for a second that bond that the 2 boys had had growing up. It was there, and it was almost like Dan was sort of saying to Chris, I'm in the Czech Republic, and that I'll always be your brother. I love you dearly. We've always got this bond.
That Gooselet is lovely. It's beautiful. Amazing. That's what I like. I like the Mongolian group because their traditional music they play.
Yeah. Mike from Mix into electronic music, dance, music for clubs. Nobody used to get it. Hey, mate, I like a lot of electronic music.
Yeah.
My mate Martin got me into that when I was a nipper.
I used to like before the old electronic music from Tainted, Soft Cell, Eurythmics, Ultravox.
Nothing wrong with it. No. Stiff little
craft.
fingers. Stiff little fingers.
Craftwork, sorry.
Yeah.
The model. I've got that. I've got the Craftwork, the model. The single didn't have the label on the one side of it, so it actually slipped out because it they normally stop those being sent out. So yeah, that makes it.
No Cliff Richards. No,
definitely not.
No, I'll go with you there.
No.
The only version of Living Doll that's any good was done by the young ones.
But we do like that Time to Say Goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but that's a reason.
Operatic one because of Norway. That's their fault.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Oldham, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, young ones. Yes. People of a certain age.
Yeah.
I did love the young ones. Any of you that are young, all right, and are sitting there at the moment going, young ones? Look it up. Get an education.
Yeah.
You'll love it.
Yeah. And he had some good guests. So we had Motorhead on that, didn't they?
Yeah.
And, Madness.
Keith Richards, that was a bloke with his hand up duck's bum, wasn't it?
No, that's not.
I'm going to see who corrects me.
I was so surprised when he appeared on Pirates of the Caribbean as Jack Sparrow's father. Sorry.
Come on, I'm waiting for somebody to come back on it. Rick Bell was a legend. He was.
He was. Yeah, we've got Guest House Paradiso on DVD, haven't we?
Yeah,
Love that film.
Opening scene of that when he's on the fizzy. Yeah. Oh, just reminds me of my youth. Candle and I.
That dear lady who was so sexy looking when she was in the Carry On Screaming, and she's an old lady now. Yeah, and she kept being sick. Yeah.
Oh, it's good to have fun. And again, you've got to have a bit of silly fun in your life.
But if you like the young ones, you've got to like Bottom as well.
Yeah, Bottom. Yeah. Just sit and watch that for hours. We're quite having Bottom nights where we.
Some of our American friends go, "What, you like Bottoms?"
YouTube it, Bottom. Yeah, Rick Mail, Ade Edmondson, two men, one stage, a laugh, a low minute. Yeah. And one of the greatest things I think for that is all the cock ups and how they handle them. It's just brilliant. Keith Harris. Yeah. I was waiting for somebody to correct me. I was like, somebody's going to get exactly what I was on about and go.
Keith Harris.
It wasn't Keith Richards.
I ate that monkey. I ate that duck.
Yeah, that's it.
Itchy Fanny. Oh, Bill. It's funny that it's cut translation. It's like sometimes we're trying to look at some of the like Temu or AliExpress and that the translation doesn't go across, and it'll say it'll say wolf patch, and you look at it and think that's a cat. It's not.
Yeah. Cuddles a monkey.
Cuddles a monkey. Yeah, I ate that duck.
I hope so for you, Mike. I hope so.
Thank you. One of Kitten or Owen also posted the link to your channel as well, Mike.
Yeah. So we've got a couple of lads to post
we'll
the link
watch
to your channel. Hopefully, you'll get a few more subscribers and viewers. Anyhow, so there we go. We are at, where are we at now? We are at 2 hours and 3 minutes. Guys, I love you all. Okay, know that much. There's an old fart here, 60 years old, with his loving wife and his little dog. Thinks the world of you all.
Oh, thank you, Kit's done it again for you. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Yeah.
I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope we've inspired a couple of people, maybe giving you some ideas, some thoughts. Mike, absolutely brilliant for your input as well, because again, it's different to what we know and understand. It gives us something to think about. Have a blessed week, everybody. Have an awesome one. If you've got snow, hopefully it's not too bad.
We're not going to cry about it.
Yeah. For my mate John, who is at this moment outside in freezing conditions, in several feet of snow, digging his car out. Take it easy, mate. Don't put your back out. Take care. Thank you
If you're
all
not
so much.
feeling too well, I hope you feel better soon.
Yeah.
And we'll see you lucky
and
people.
don't hesitate. If there's anything you want to know,
Yeah.
anything you want to ask, you want to get yourself a Hampshire Outdoors and Survival hat, HampshireOutdoors@mail.com. That's our website, or an email address, I should say, HampshireOutdoors@mail.com. I'll say it once again for anybody, HampshireOutdoors@mail.com. Okay.
Ta-da.
You can send the lovely Kaz any message you like, even if you just want to send her a message saying, "Hi Kaz, how you doing?"
Trout Falls online. Hi, Bowler.
Hiya, Paula. How you doing?
Yeah.
Hope you're good, my lovelies. Hi and bye to you too,
Yeah.
sweetheart.
If you have snow, go play in it. But remember, if it's yellow, don't touch it.
Yeah, it's not lemon flavour.
No.
Okay, I promise you. It's one survival tip I can give
Yeah.
you. Yellow snow
play lemon snow.
has no
lemon,
citrus in
snow.
it whatsoever. Right. With that silliness, love those you do, forgive those you don't. May peace and light be upon you all in this glorious world of ours. Have a fantastic week, guys, and I'll see you next week, if not before.
Bye.
Mickey out.